Y'all come on in. As I'm getting started. Hey. Okay, let me grab my mouse. Still having some pains, but I'm here. Y'all see the shirt? Ain't no fucking limits. Period. Y'all come on in, come on in. Y'all already know what time it is. If you don't, then
It's for the Couch Chronicles, where there ain't no fucking limits.
Every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 8 Central Time. You don't never want to miss a couch. Trust me, it ain't no fucking limits. I said none.
period. If you haven't already heard my new album, Elevate, Can't Make This Shit Up, is part of my new album. Go check it out. Go run the views up. Go run it all.
Oh yeah. And I know it's really hard to keep your head up, and you've been working every day to get your bread up. It's even lonely at the top, and now you're fed up. This shit is crazy. You go through, but you can't make this shit up. No, this shit is crazy. You go through, but you can't make this shit up. No, you can't make this shit. I ain't got no reason to be making up no stories. I ain't even putting extras on it. I've been blessed somehow, it's just becoming that different. So please excuse me if I tell you I need me some distance. I'm just trying to get my head right, my energy. I have people turn from my friends to my enemies. Ooh, that shit just don't sit right. But my luck's fucked up and I can't lie. Everything that I go through, everybody couldn't go through. Gotta keep my head up like I'm supposed to. Always tell the truth, I cross my heart and hope to die. This shit is crazy what I go through. I can't make this shit. No, I can't make this shit. No, I can't make this. No, I can't make this shit. And I know it's really hard to keep your head up, and you've been working every day to get your bread up. It's only at the top, and now you fed up. And I know it's really hard to keep your head up, and you've been working every day to get your bread up. It's really lonely at the top, and now you fed up. Let it go, let it go, let it go, yeah. Let it go. No, I can't make this shit up.
I can't. And you can't either. We can't make this shit up. Life be lifing. Life be lifing, don't it? It really fucking do. And sometimes we find ourselves in situations like I did. I literally was thinking that something else was wrong, and come to find out something totally different was wrong. But it's still other stuff that's wrong. But I ended up having to get a total hysterectomy. And it just so happened to be Fibroid Awareness Month. And I'm like, damn, I'm just now learning about fibroids and cysts, which I should have been more educated about it. I should have been more educated because there's people in my family that have it. But because I'm estranged from my family, because they cut me off and disowned me, I don't really know too much about what they're going through when it comes to that. So I had to do my own research. I had to find my own stuff. I had to go through it myself, by myself. Well, not really by myself, because I have my wife, you know. And I definitely have my couch potatoes that have been stepping up. And even, you know, people that listen to my music that just love me. and people that I was locked up with have really came through for me and just really been the family that I need, you know. It's not easy going through any of this by yourself. If you literally are going through this by yourself, then my heart goes out to you completely, because this is definitely something that you don't want to go through by yourself. It takes a toll on you mentally, physically, and emotionally. Seriously. July is almost over, but before it's over, we still have some things on the calendar. Tomorrow on the couch, I got Heather Jones Shackelford. Now, she was also locked up with me. And I was going to wait until Prison Talk, which is August the 5th, 6th, 8th, and 9th. But we don't have to wait to have an interview and it have to do with the penitentiary. Even though Prison Talk is every month, there's still some people that want to talk, that have a lot of stuff to say, that have things to get off their chest. So Heather is one of those ones that have some things to get off her chest. So tomorrow I will be doing a live interview, which will only be on Facebook. I'm sorry, not Facebook, but YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do it on Facebook or Instagram, but it will also be on Big O or TikTok, one of the two. Usually I go live every day on Big O, but yeah. Also, next month for Prison Talk, we got Sherry Hawk. And some of you guys might know Mrs. Hawk as an officer that worked at Mabel Bassett Correctional Center. Now, it's going to get a little deep because this will be our first time actually having an officer that used to work at Mabel Bassett on the podcast that's comfortable enough to speak on the things that happen in prison and the reason why they're not working there anymore. You know, because there's people that used to work up there and you never know why they quit. You never know why they don't work there anymore. And it's not always the inmates. And in this case, you never know when she gets on the podcast. It might not be the inmate's fault to the reason why she's gone. It might be the staff. So we will find out more with Mrs. Hawk on the 8th of next month. August 5th, 6th, 8th, and 9th is the full week of Prison Talk. So if you'd like to tell your side of the story, or if you'd like to speak on, you know, your encounter in prison, what it was like for you, what it's like for you now, what you're doing in your life now, then you're more than welcome to come sit on the couch. You can physically sit on the couch, or you can join in on the live. Also, if you would like to send me in your glow-ups, just send me a picture of what you look like now and what you your prison mugshot. Send me the before and after, and we will put your glow-up up. So every time we do Prison Talk, you will see yourself behind me for Prison Talk and for your glow-ups, because, hey, because I want to celebrate you guys too. You are worth being celebrated. You are so worth being celebrated. And I want to celebrate you, period. July 28th, that's coming up right around this corner, which is this Sunday. This is the 4th annual of the Dallas BET Awards. So if you're going to be at the Dallas BET Awards, tap in with the couch. This is my 2nd year going. Shout out to Money Man Rado for booking me again. That's dope as fuck. I'm honored. I can't wait. Also, if you're trying to get that Ain't No Fucking Limit shirt, tap in with your girl. Also, July the 26th will be Shroom Talk. So if you would like to learn about shrooms, things that you probably never knew, if you would like to be aware of some of the things that's going on in the shroom world, then this is one that you don't want to miss. Because contrary to what you may believe, there are people putting things in these shroom candies that are causing physical harm to people. So that's one that you don't want to miss either. Actually, you don't want to miss anything, so make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. July the 30th is Fuck Fentanyl. If you've lost somebody from fentanyl, please make sure to send me in their picture and their story, because I love to keep our people's name alive. Doesn't matter if I don't know them. I didn't know George Floyd, but I bet you we still keeping George Floyd's name alive. Breonna Taylor. So why not keep people's name alive that we knew? So if you've lost anybody from fentanyl, please send me in their picture. That way we can have it behind us every time we do fentanyl talk. Because fuck fentanyl. Fuck it. The fuck? The Couch After Hours will resume back in October. Now, if you have never tuned in to the Couch After Hours, it's every Thursday from 1 to 2 a.m. And it's not just about basically what we do on the couch now. You know, we talk about some deep shit on the couch. We do. But when it comes to the Couch After Hours, we get a little bit more freaky. Not even just so much as freaky, but just like sex questions and what pleases you, what turns you on, what turns you off. Like, we get more into details with that. So the Couch After Hours will be resuming back again in October. Also, I got some things coming up for next year. I wanted to do it at the end of this year, but because of my health, I gotta wait until next year. But it's going down next year, I'm telling you. I got the dating show that's coming on. Listen, if you are willing to go on a blind date, then you don't want to miss this. If you want to be a part of the show, it's going to be an actual live show. I mean, not live, but it's going to be a recording, but it's going to be a show. It's going to be like a TV show, a dating TV show. So it's going to call Ring the Bell on the Couch. Okay, we're going to have several bells, and whoever's talking, if you are interested in them, you're going to ring your bell. Okay? If you're not, don't ring that bell. Okay. All right. August the 5th, the Couch will be media for the We Outside tour. Shout out to It's Gorgeous Music for booking me. Number one, if you guys don't know who It's Gorgeous Music is, look them up. They have several artists that they have on their lineup that are fire. PvE Pluto being one of them. Make sure that you tap in with them. You don't want to miss this. August the 5th. Make sure that you mark your calendars. Like I said, it's going down. Even for the Dallas BET Awards, it's going down. I'm super excited. I can't wait. I can't wait. Now, as you guys do know, that this whole month is Fibroid Awareness Month. Now, if you feel like I'm talking about it too much, that's on you. Okay? Because I'm not talking about it enough as far as I'm concerned. And the way it affected my life, and that it can affect your life, and it's probably already affecting your life, and you just don't know it. You just don't know it. So we're going to be talking about that today. And every time until the month is over, we're going to be talking about fibroids. And I know that you guys are probably like, oh, I'm so sick of hearing about this. Well, get on. But somebody needs to hear this. Somebody needs to take heed on what I'm saying. And I am so thankful for the ones that have already took precaution of what I was saying on the podcast and went and got checked. I can, on one hand, maybe even two, I can count how many people have hit me up since I started talking about fibroids on the podcast. They hit me up, and after they watched the podcast and did they check up, they found out that they have fibroids and cysts. Can you believe that? It's so many people, so many women have found out that they have fibroids and cysts. And I thank God for my podcast, because it wasn't just people in Oklahoma that got the message. It was ladies in different countries that got the message. And they hit me up and they said, hey, I'm going to need some of your energy. I just found out that I have a fibroid, and I don't know how to take this. Well, if you are one of those ones that have watched the podcast and you found out that you have fibroids and cysts, then please call on me. I got you. I will be your support system. I will be your listening ear, because it's not just you go through the surgery, you go through the procedure, and you good. No, I go through it every day. Every day. And I need that encouragement. I need that lift me up. You know? There's times where I don't want to get out of bed because I'm so depressed. And it's not that I'm depressed because of my life, or it's because my hormones. Simple as that. I don't have the same parts that I used to have. I literally had to get a total hysterectomy. And with having a total hysterectomy, it throws you into menopause. It's not a choice. It's something that happens. To me, it's the consequence. Okay? Because you're out of pain, but you're in a different kind of pain. You're out of pain from the fibroids, but you get thrown into a different kind of pain when it comes to your hormones, when it comes to depression, because it comes with all of that. Once you get all of your everything removed, a total hysterectomy, it will come with depression, especially if you're not taking your hormone pills. And I'm one of those ones that I refuse to take my hormone pills, only because I want to do this on my own. Only because I want to be able to, I don't want to be a statistic, a menopause statistic. Like, oh, she about to go off on you. She's menopausing. She gonna fuck you up. She's menopausing. It shouldn't be like that. Who is the one that breaks the menopause cycle? Who breaks the menopause curse? Because I know you laughing, but it's a menopause curse. Like, nobody wants to be like, okay, I'm going to stay away because I'm menopausing. I don't want to stay away because I'm menopausing. I want to work through this. What I do is I talk to myself in my head, which I know y'all probably like, talk to yourself. Yes, I have to self-talk. I have to keep myself going. I have to encourage myself, because if I don't, then I'm going to be the B word. And I don't want to be the B word. I refuse. I refuse to be like my mother. And my mom was not the greatest when she was menopausing. Nor anybody else in my family that menopaused. They wasn't that good. Thank you so much. They wasn't that good. I don't want to be like that. I don't want anybody to look at me and say, hey, I don't like your attitude. I don't like your, and it's not even an attitude. It's literally that I'm menopausing and I'm trying to keep it together. So anybody that's menopausing, please, please, please. I've had people hit me up like, what do you do, if you're not taking your pills for menopause? And what do you do? Well, what I do is I self-talk and I meditate. Rich gang forward. Love you. That's what I do. I don't take any medicine that has to do with helping with hormones, because there's people that I've known that it can affect you in a different kind of way. It can affect you in a negative way, or it can affect you in a positive way. And that's just that. I don't want to see either or, because to me, taking a pill isn't natural anyway. It's not. To me, meditation is more natural than saying, hey, I'm about to go take this hormone pill. Fuck that hormone pill. Which I'm not saying that for everybody. This probably wouldn't work for everybody. But I've been told for so long that nothing was wrong with me, that I've learned how to deal with the pain and the everything that came with my sickness that I was in, and everything that I just learned how to deal with it without. Which is fucked up, because now I'm having to deal with this on my own, because I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not taking another pill for the rest of my life. Fuck that. No, I'm so sorry. But again, I'm not telling you guys all to do that, because menopause can affect you in different ways. Now, you guys might not believe this, but I kid you not, and I said this the last time, with those fibroids growing in me for so long, it affected my ears. And what I mean by my ears is I could not take, I've done TikToks on this, on a phobia of silverware. I've literally had a phobia of silverware where literally I'm talking about I could not take the sound of it. It was something about the frequency that just didn't sit right with me or these fibroids that I had. So now, I'm talking about I couldn't even listen to it on TV. That's how bad it was. I would have a breakdown. I would be crying like somebody's trying to kill me. You would think that somebody was trying to kill me. That's how bad it was. But it was because the fibroids was growing so big and sitting on so many nerves that it didn't give me time to, my body to know what was going on. I just knew that, I can't take the sound of silverware, or that I was in so much pain. So now I can take the sound of silverware even on TV. I'm excited to go into a restaurant. I'm ready to go test it to the max. I can listen to it on TV. I don't know yet about the restaurant situation. I haven't tried that out yet. I thought I was going to be this weekend, but the restaurant that we was going to go to was closed. But fibroids had me in a wheelchair. Fibroids affected my life so negatively that I thought it was just one thing going on with me. I had no clue. And my doctors missed it. And it can happen to you. It happened to me. It can happen to any of us. So if you're just now tuning in, it's the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits. I do this every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 Central Time. Make sure you follow Couch Chronicles No Limits on Spotify, Pandora, THA Couch on Facebook, TikTok, and Big O. CouchChronicles.No Limits on Instagram, and my main YouTube Instagram, and my .com, which is THA Real JANELL. I'm going to jump into another song, and we're going to get into a little bit deeper of fibroids and how it can affect your life. So let's jump into Cloud. If you haven't already heard my album, Elevate, this song is called Cloudy Days on my new album. Check my album, Elevate, out. Type in Elevate in JANELL. Hit that heart button. I love
y'all. Some days it's cloudy out than other days. You can't choose wrong or you can fix your ways. Life's too short to be playing games. But if you sure you gon' make a change, I know it's gon' be hard, but you gon' be okay. And do not give up even if you make the same mistake. Yeah, it's tough, so just try to get your head right. And you're searching for some answer, can you just get right? Yeah, you was. I know they try to make you think that you was crazy. No, you was, no, you was. No, you was. Now every time you come around, you just be scoping, don't be saying. I keep my mouth closed and I just listen. We never been on the same, you can say we different. It's a hard pill to swallow when there's no chaser. So go ahead and crush it, let me take a toast with ya. Some days it's cloudy up another day. You can choose wrong or you can fix your way. Life's too short to be playing games. But if you sure you gon' make a change, I know that you try hard and you gon' be okay. Please don't give up, cause I promise you gon' find your way. After the storm is over, you see it wasn't all for nothing. You see that it wasn't all for nothing. Hey.
It wasn't all for nothing, I promise you. They'll try to make you think that you're crazy, but you're not. You knew it all along. You know what's wrong with your body. I knew what was wrong with my body. It's just nobody was listening. Nobody was listening. And sometimes you have to keep going to a doctor until you find somebody that will listen to what's going on with you, until they listen to what you're saying about you. Today, like I said, is Fibroid Aware. Well, this whole month is Fibroid Awareness Month. So today we are going to be talking about fibroids. And again, if you are getting tired of me talking about it, then please just leave. But it's so super important. I feel like it's my duty now to make sure everybody is aware. To make sure that every woman that I speak to, I don't give a fuck if she's black. I don't give a fuck if she's white, Hispanic, whatever. Any woman that if I go to a store, I'll be like, hey, how you doing? Have you gotten yourself checked for fibroids and cysts? And they look at me like, no. Well, you need to go get yourself checked because you could have a fibroid or a cyst. And it's very important for me to tell you. And they're like, you know what? Thank you. Like, follow me on all social media. That way you give me updates. Let me know. Because I need to know. This is important to me. I need to know who I'm giving this information to. And that's utilizing it. And that actually gets them self-checked. An estimate of 20% to 50% of women of a reproductive age currently have fibroids, and up to 77% of those women will develop fibroids sometime during the childbearing years. That's a large percent. And I'm sure that a lot of our family members, they don't want to get you scared. So they won't just teach you these things. I feel like there's no reason why my family should have never taught me this. They should have taught me this. This should have been like the A, B, C. Easier. This should have been that. Learning about fibroids, if you're a woman, I feel like you should know that just like you know your Social Security. You should know that just like you know your ABCs. We need to start teaching our kids this at a young age. They shouldn't have to wait until the reproductive age to learn about fibroids. No. If you have daughters, I don't give a fuck how old they are. You teach them about fibroids and cysts. You teach them that doctors can misdiagnose you. Doctors can miss the diagnosis. They can. It happens. You're not going to be in your kid's life forever. You're not. And if you think that you are, then you must be a vampire. But you're really not. So teach them everything that they need to know about their health, about keeping themselves healthy. Teach them these things. It's so super important. You could be the reason why your kid that you so want to have a baby doesn't have a baby. Because they was thinking that, oh, well, I'm not having any issues down there. I don't need to go get myself checked. Fuck a motherfucking pap smear and that shit hurt anyway. And there's a lot of us that's like that. Let's just be real. A lot of us, if we're not sexually active, we're not going to go get checked. Let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it real. But you have to. I don't care if you're not having sex with nobody. I don't give a fuck if you having sex with a toy every night. You have to make sure that you get yourself checked. Just like during Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I did the self-exam. There's self-exams that you can do for yourself to check and see if you have fibroids. If you feel any knots, if you feel any lumps, hardening, if you feel like your period has lasted too long or too little, if it hurts too bad, if you like, you know what, I've always had periods that hurt so bad anyway. And you just brush it off to the side. No, ma'am. Ain't no brushing shit. You get yourself checked. Get yourself checked. Teach your daughters about getting themselves checked. And men, if you are a father and the mother is missing out of out of their daughter's life, then you have to take this responsibility to teach your daughters about fibroids and cysts. Teach your daughters about learning how to self-exam for breast cancer, for fibroids and cysts, to get themselves checked up, even if they're not having sex. You have to be the teacher now. We all do. We all have a responsibility for each other. I know that might sound crazy to you, like, I don't even know that motherfucker. I don't care if I don't know Sally Sue. If I walk up on Sally Sue and we at a grocery store, you know what I'm going to say to her? Hey, how you doing? Have you been checked for fibroids and cysts? That's all I keep talking about. That's all I keep saying to women that I meet. I don't even have to know them. And I promise you, I'm saying that. That's me. It's my responsibility as a survivor to speak to every woman that I can and tell them it's so important to get checked. It's so important. Fibroids are more common in women in their 40s and early 50s. Not all women have fibroid symptoms. And if you think for 1 second that 40, 50, I'm not even there yet. I don't have to start getting checked until around that time. That's a fucking lie. That's a fucking lie. Let me tell you why. Because not only, check this out, fibroids are a disease of all women. Check me out. But African American women have a higher prevalence for fibroids. African American women are also diagnosed with fibroids at an age younger, with more than 25% already developing fibroids between the age of 21 and 30. 21 and 30. So, if you're black, beware. Because 9 times out of 10, and I'm not trying to jinx you or make you feel scared or anything, but 9 times out of 10, you have an undiagnosed fibroid. It's sad, but it's so fucking true. And it almost makes me wonder, are they doing this to us on purpose? Because they don't want us to reproduct? I know I'm pushing it. I know I'm taking things too far. But ever since I found out about fibroids and the things that come along with it and the people who it affect the most, I can't help but wonder, are they doing this to us? I can't help but wonder, do they want to make it to where we don't reproduce? Hey, Brent. Because they definitely made sure that we don't. Because if you have an undiagnosed fibroid and cyst and you literally have no clue, but you keep trying and trying and trying to have a baby, and then all of a sudden you get to thinking, it's just me, I'm just not good enough. I just can't bear children. It's probably because you have a fibroid and a cyst that's undiagnosed. You don't have a clue. Some women literally don't have symptoms. And it can be undetected. Especially if you don't know when to go to the doctor for it to be detected. Why aren't they testing women, especially African American women around this age group in the prisons? Mandatory. How is that not a thing? If you know, you say you don't understand, you're only 16. Well, at the age of 16, you need to learn about fibroids and cysts. Especially if you're a woman, or especially if you have women in your family that have them, or that don't know they have them. Teach them. be the one to teach them. I was just saying that it doesn't matter what age group you are. You need to know these things. You need to know about fibroids and cysts because it's affecting our women. Not just African American women, but African American women the most. But it's affecting women all over. It's no reason why these prisons shouldn't be testing these women for fibroids and cysts mandatory when they know for a fact that they're only serving us processed food. Processed, disgusting food that says for inmate consumption only. They know that they're poisoning us, yet they don't want to help. They don't want to help. They don't want to do anything to help anyone that's in pain. They want to make up some reason why they're in pain and then push them on about their way. That's what they did to me in prison. They told me nothing was wrong with me, that I was making it up. It got to the point where every inmate, except for my wife and a few others, literally called me a liar. Tried to fight me. Made me believe that nothing was wrong with me and that I was tripping. And I wasn't tripping. Something was wrong. Just no one was answering the call. They're quick to tell us nothing is wrong with us when they don't want to do the work, especially when something is wrong. If you're at any age complaining about any type of pain, especially when it comes to this area, go get yourself checked, get a second opinion, get a third opinion. Fuck what they talking about. And some women, unfortunately, have to wait until they get out of prison to be seen, because medical is not going to see you for the things that you need to be seen for. They're going to take forever, to the point where you damn near on your deathbed. I know there's been people misdiagnosed on the yard, and by the time they got the right diagnosis, they're dead. Like that. That's fucked up how this prison system is doing us. And I say us because I was a part of the system before. So I still say us sometimes. But it's fucked up that there's nothing that we can do about it right now. Who's going in there and testing these women right now for fibroids and cysts? Nobody. Who's making a big deal out of it? Nobody. What about the processed food that they're feeding them? Nobody. No, I don't. Okay. Bye-bye. We have to be the voice for them. We have to be the reason why they stop. We do. We do. If you're obese, you're at a higher risk of developing fibroids. A higher risk. Only because 9 times out of 10 you're obese because of the processed food. And sometimes when you don't have a choice, you just don't have a choice. Like prison, you don't have a choice. You don't have a choice to be like, you know what? I'm not going to eat in the kitchen today. I'm going to eat what's on canteen. I'm going to eat these noodles. What? Same choices damn near. There's processed food on canteen. They're not just selling. You got to really like, when it comes to like having salad and shit on the yard or eating healthy heart, you literally got to be a special religion to get that shit. They don't like to give you healthy food. You got to sign waivers. You got to sign a petition. You got to literally go through the ringer just to get on a special diet in prison. You can't just say, hey, I'd rather just eat salad because this ain't healthy enough for me. Can you put me on a healthy heart? You can't just do that. You got to let them diagnose you. You gotta let them. You gotta go through through their doctor to tell you that you can or cannot be healthy hard. And it's only like that because it's healthy. It's only like that because it's not processed. If you said, hey, I want to be put on a processed food diet, oh, yeah, go ahead, bye. They don't give a fuck. You are stuck eating what they give you to eat. And it's not healthy. And it's also not helping. And this is another reason why I always say, why the fuck don't we have free healthcare? Everywhere. Why the fuck why isn't there free healthcare everywhere? Y'all want to poison us. Y'all are making it to where we need to go to the doctor, have to go to the doctor. But yet, there's no free healthcare. So not only are they fucking you this way, but they're fucking you that way too. And they don't give a fuck. They don't. Here are some herbs that you can put together to do a natural cleanse to get rid of fibroids and cysts. Now, you can get rid of fibroids and cysts yourself. This is what they say. I don't know for sure. I haven't done it because I was too far gone once I found out. But I want to give this information for the ones that want to try it themselves. Try it. Okay, so sea moss, soursop, nettle, cat claw, red clover, alfalfa, cheney root, gungolia, babol. No, I think it's baobab. Ugh, I think I said that wrong. Or you can Google ancient healing teas. Find out what you need to put together to get you an ancient healing tea to get your fibroids taken away naturally. If you catch a fibroid soon enough, then you can get rid of it yourself without surgery. Some can't wait that long. There are some that literally had no idea that they have been living with fibroids and cysts all this time until it was too late. So if you can get rid of it naturally, try to get rid of it as natural as you can. Shout out to everybody that's watching on YouTube. Shout out to everybody that's watching on Instagram, Facebook, big old TikTok. I love y'all. Sending positive vibes, love, and energy y'all way. If you just now tuning in, it's the Couch Chronicles where it ain't no fucking limits. I do this every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 Central Time. Make sure you follow Couch Chronicles No Limits on Spotify, Pandora, THA Couch on Facebook, TikTok, and Big O. Couch Chronicles No Limits on Instagram, and my main YouTube Instagram, and my .com, which is THA Real JANELL. It's Fibroid Awareness Month this whole month. And like I said, if you're getting tired of me talking about fibroids, then you're going to have to go. Because it's super fucking important. And it's affecting not just the black community, but all women. And some women don't know that they have it. Like myself, I didn't have no idea that I had been living with it for over 15 years. And do you think my doctors found it? No. Mm-mm. The reason why fibroids get so big is because they go untreated, like mine. Or women don't have insurance. Or it can go unnoticed or unseen from a doctor, which is what happened to me. Honestly, I had no clue when they came in to tell me what was going on. I didn't know that they was going to say that. I had no clue. I didn't think that they was going to say, hey, you have fibroids and cysts. Let alone tell me that I got 24 of them bitches. So, up to 50% of fibroid cases go undiagnosed. One of the reasons is that not only about 1/3 of fibroids are large enough, only about 1/3 of fibroids are large enough to be detected during physical exam. Other reasons are doctors not asking about menstrual history. That is on the doctor. If your doctor's not asking you about your menstrual history, they don't give a fuck. They only there for that. Let's just be real. They only there for that money. Because there's no reason why a doctor shouldn't ask you about your menstrual history, and that's very predominant. It's very, very predominant to know. Like I said, up to 50% of fibroid cases go undiagnosed. Sad to say I was part of that 50. Sad to fucking say. I had a physical exam, and literally my doctor was like, yeah, that's normal for you to hurt like that. Because I was like, ooh, is it supposed to hurt like that? But because I wasn't like, ah, they didn't take me serious. It shouldn't have to be like that. If I say ow, you need to do some digging. And I don't mean digging, trying to figure out. No, I mean you better find out what this pain is coming from. Because I'm feeling pain. If you feel any type of pain during sex, any type of pain during oral sex, any type of pain when you push down here, something might be wrong, ladies. Something might be wrong. And you might need to go get yourself checked out. It's scary. It's so scary to have to go through it, especially by yourself. But it's so necessary. It's so necessary. So make sure you get yourself checked. Uterine cancer and fibroids are similar and can be misdiagnosed as each other. They can. They might think that, hey, no, I think that might be fibroids, and it could be uterine cancer. Or you could have vice versa, is what I'm saying. Passing fibroids, you can pass them. You can pass a fibroid. Now, it includes dark clotted vaginal discharge containing tissue and fragments similar to a heavy menstrual. So you might think that you're having a very, very heavy menstrual, and really you could be passing a fibroid. The best scan for fibroids is an ultrasound. I'm not saying that they can't find it on CAT scans, because they found mine on CAT scans and the ultrasound. So if you're unsure of what your doctor is saying, if you feel like they might have missed something, take yourself to the emergency room and say, hey, I have fibroids and cysts. Just say that. They're going to check you off the rip. Even if that's something that you just think and you're not too sure, just say it. Only thing they can do is tell you that you do or you don't. And I would rather them tell you that you don't, but always make sure that you go get checked. Like I said, if you feel any type of lump in your abdomen area, please go get checked. My stomach was like hanging down from one side, and I was just like, okay, well, maybe, I don't know, I'm an idiot. Maybe I'm an idiot, motherfucker, because I literally was still like, that can't be nothing. They told me it was nothing wrong, so it's nothing wrong. I was trying to go off of what the doctors were saying. I was trying to believe what the doctors were saying, not realizing that they're wrong. They're missing a diagnosis too. Fibroids can also rupture. It's very painful. Acute abdominal pain, high white blood count, and a low-grade fever. So if you think that your body is just having hot flashes, because that's what I was thinking. I was like, man, I'm having hot flashes to the max, to where it's like waking me up at night. And really I had a low-grade fever because one of mine had ruptured without me knowing. And when it ruptured, I was like, okay, I'm about to start my period. Thinking it's my period. Started my period, and my period blood was pure black. I'm not talking about, when women brown. No. I'm talking about it was pure black. And still I was just like, okay, well, my doctor told me that it was nothing wrong, so it can't be nothing wrong, right? Wrong. When I got there, they told me that my white blood count was so high. That was the reason why they wanted to do the CAT scan and the ultrasound. Because of that. There's several factors and several things that can tell you that you have a fibroid if your doctor misses it. I personally would recommend going to an emergency room and letting them know, hey, I'm thinking I have a fibroid or a cyst, or fibroids and cysts. I'm having the symptoms of them. I went to my primary care doctor, but my primary care doctor seems to think that I'm having, everything is normal, but I don't feel normal. Is there any way that you can do a check? Get yourself checked. Teach your kids at a young age. Teach them now. Life be life, and anything can happen to you in life to where you won't be able to tell your child what to look for. Tell your daughters what to look for when it comes to fibroids and cysts. Tell them what the symptoms are like. Tell them that it can be misdiagnosed, especially if you're a colored girl and a colored mom. I said it. Because it's very, very, very predominant in people of color. African Americans is very predominant. I urge you as a black mom to teach your daughters, teach your grandchildren, teach your babies about fibroids and cysts. Teach them what to look for. Teach them if you went through it yourself, tell them about your account, about what happened with you. Tell them, teach them. Don't just leave them hanging. Don't just leave them to, like how I was. Years later, I'm not finding out until, I didn't find out about fibroids and cysts until I found out I had them. And I shouldn't have to wait that long, and I should have known more about fibroids and cysts a long time ago. So parents, even dads with daughters, teach your girls about fibroids and cysts. It's so super important. It's so super important, especially if you know that your baby wants to have kids one day. Don't take that away from them. If you don't teach them, then that means that you don't give a fuck about if they reproduce or survive. You don't. Because you can teach them now. There shouldn't be an age limit to where you like, okay, when they 18, I'm going to teach them about fibroids and cysts. I'm going to teach them about sex. I'm going to teach them. No, fuck that. Teach them fucking now. Teach them now. Teach them right now. Life is life and shit is happening. Ain't no reason why they shouldn't know. No reason. You can also have fibroid discharge. And it will look slightly watery, or it may appear clear, or light pink colored. So sometimes I know a lot of women, they be like, oh, I got that wet pussy. Because you're not realizing that this is a discharge. Just because it doesn't have a smell. And fibroid discharge don't have smells. But if you think for 1 second that clear, watery substance is your pussy just getting wet, baby, you are absolutely wrong. Sad to say that pussy ain't that wet. You're really going through something that has been untreated. Fibroids can twist and move around And that happens when fibroids lose their blood supply, either through twisting or by growing too large. When they shift, they can cause pain. So around your period time, you just thinking that you're literally just cramping, and that's not what that is. That's fibroids twisting and turning and changing positions. 7% of women regret having a hysterectomy. So be sure that if that's what you're going to get, that's what you want, that's what you need. Make sure that you exhaust all options because you don't want to have any regret. You don't want to be part of that 7% having regret from getting the full hysterectomy. You don't. I personally don't have any regrets. Do I? I don't regret getting a total hysterectomy. I'm saddened by it. I'm saddened that I didn't learn about fibroids and cysts. What's that about? I am saddened by it. But knowing what I know now, I can help somebody else that doesn't know what I know before they go through what I had to go through. It's my duty now, I feel like. And which is the reason why every time I see a woman, no matter where I'm at, I'm like, hey, have you been checked for fibroids and cysts? I know I don't know you, but I did that yesterday when I went to go pick up some food, and the lady that I was speaking with is suffering. Her surgery isn't until January. Or not even her surgery, but just to be seen. It looks like a baby cabbage sitting out of her stomach. She says she hasn't had her period since April. A lot of women are suffering in silence. And you don't have to. You don't. I joined the fibroid group on Facebook, and when I say that they have helped me through so much, they have literally helped me learn about myself, about my body, about fibroids, about the do's and don'ts, and I want to be that help for somebody else as well. So every month I will be talking about fibroids. That's a new segment that we will be talking about every month because it's so super important. We have to be the teachers if nobody else will be. We have to be the helpers if nobody else will help. The speakers of truth. If you're just now tuning in, it's the Couch Chronicles where it ain't no fucking limits. I do this every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 Central Time. Make sure you follow Couch Chronicles No Limits on Spotify, Pandora, THA Couch on Facebook, TikTok, and Big O. Couch Chronicles No Limits on Instagram, and my main YouTube Instagram, and my .com, which is THA Real JANELL. I'm wrapping it up, but I do love and appreciate you guys for tuning in. Tomorrow I will be live with a live interview with Heather. I'm super excited about that. I can't wait to have her, and I can't wait to see you all again tomorrow. I love you guys so much, and thank you for tuning in. Thank you for those that come back and rewatch. I definitely appreciate all the love, support, good vibes, and positive energy. If you are catching the ass end of it, you can always go back and rewatch or re-listen on Spotify and Pandora, Couch Chronicles No Limits on Spotify and Pandora, or THA Real JANELL on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe because you don't want to miss anything. Trust me, you don't. It's the Couch Chronicles where it ain't no fucking limits. I love you guys. Have a good night.